live. And we're live. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Big Girl and Friends. My name is Christopher Wilson, also known as Big Girl, and it's great to have you here tonight on Thursday, April 16th. I realized looking at some of the streams that I've got my laptop on a little what's this called? A music stand on my piano. And occasionally when I get really excited and I whack it, I realize it looks like you're all like in an earthquake. So I'm sorry about that. I'll try to be more ginger when I do things. Anyway, hi. Hi, Jennifer. How are you? I love when people say hello at the beginning. So welcome to Big Girl and Friends on Thursday of our fourth exciting week. We've had a great week so far. Super, super fun. Last night we had the most wonderful Donna Garner joining us, performer in Once the Musical, among many, many things, who just serenaded us with the most beautiful music. And I think the best thing she sang at the end of the night was a song from A Man of No Importance, in which she recorded her own accompaniment with the piano and then played accordion and just broke our hearts, just gave us this beautiful opportunity to breathe. And it was lovely. So as you know, Big Girl and Friends is an ongoing fundraiser for the Actors Fund of Canada. If you have the ability to make a donation during the show, we will happily shout it out. All you need to go to afchelps.ca and click on their Donate Now page, and you can enter in your credit card information and give as much money as you possibly can. The Actors Fund of Canada is a very, very valuable organization supporting artists from across the country. As long as we are in the state of social isolation and unable to do our vocation, we are vulnerable, and this wonderful organization supports us as we are trying to bring joy to you. So if you can help out our community as best you can, because we're all struggling through this, we greatly, greatly appreciate your generosity. So I had a great day today. I have to say I was working, I might have mentioned yesterday, I was working on an Ontario Arts Council grant for Toronto Musical Concerts for our fall season. And I thought I hadn't procrastinated, but it was a little bit more in depth than I imagined. And I was getting down to the 1:00 p.m. deadline. And this computer, as you know, has been having some issues. A couple of times my Mac has been freezing for some odd reason. So my computer was not connecting to the server, and I had a 1:00 deadline, and it was literally like 1:45, and I had 2 sections of the grant to finish. So I'm screaming at Gavin. I'm like, Gavin! And Gavin did amazing things today. I'm super excited about dinner. He liked baked bread, and he made the yummiest chocolate chip cookies today, which are going to be our dessert. But I yelled at him. I'm like, bring your laptop out. I have to get this grant in. Anyway, he came up and saved me to the rescue, and in the nick of time, literally within 30 seconds, I submitted the grant, and it's in. Yay, Ontario Arts Council! Anyway, so that was my big stress. And then I decided to take a jaunty walk with beautiful doggy Daisy through the sunshine, and that was the better part of my day. So, yeah, I'm super excited to welcome my co-host back for a second time. He wasn't terrible the other night, so I decided to welcome him back. A fabulous friend with a burlier, manly beard than I have. Please welcome back to the stream my co-host for this evening, come from a ways, mayor with the most, Mr. George Maswa.
Hey,
hi, George.
I want you. I'm hoping that today, because in honor of your major achievement and getting that grant proposal submitted on time, I would like you to call me Grant for the balance of this evening's.
Call you Grant. Okay.
Yes, please. Yeah.
Well, Grant, I need to actually chat with you about something, because the last 2 times that we've been having a conversation. Oh, by the way, folks, I'm acknowledging there's like a little clickety-click internet thing. It's my computer. We don't know why it's doing it. It may go away. I'm going to take out my... No, it's still happening. We'll just deal with it.
It's just me practicing my claquette.
Yeah, it'll go away. It'll come back. Maybe, let me... One sec.
It's just me now.
So,
hi, everybody.
Grant...
I had it.
Grant, I'm going to call you. So the last couple times that I've been calling you, you have been bathing in the bathtub. So it reminded me that I wanted to Georgie Porgy, you're the one. You make bath time so much fun. Wait, Granty Wanty, I'm awfully fond of you.
Thank you. I'd forgotten for a second.
Not at all. Okay, this is bothering me, this thing. I'm sorry for the clickety-click.
I like the clickety-click. I'm enjoying my bath time, yes.
Yeah, so I was like...
Once a week, whether I need it or not.
So our wonderful powerhouse couple guests tonight, all the way from the Big Apple, New York City, have a little bit of a superhero theme in their lives, which we're going to figure into our conversation. And not only that, I was thinking about Rubber Ducky, and then I got thinking about her. And our guests also have this beautiful little infant in their life. She is barely, I think she was a year and a half. Their mummy said, but I see her in the stream, so I had to like make Elmo had to make an appearance to say hello to everybody. So that's kind of the mood I'm in right now. So how was your day, George?
Oh, my day was magnificent. I went for a bike ride.
Ooh.
Yes.
With that Rolls Royce new hip?
Yeah, that's right. I did. I took it out. Well, that's one of the best things for rehab for my
You took your bike out or you took your hip out?
No, I'm not taking any more hips out. All the hips that are coming out are out.
You're just doing the hippie shake.
Yes, that's right. I was just out touring around the empty streets. And
where didst thou tour today?
Well, I went I went along Queen to like all the way out to like all the way along Queen, all the way west.
For anybody who's viewing us that are friends of Desiree and Nicholas, who may be in the States or in Ottawa, we're in Toronto. So we are talking about Toronto, Canada, Ontario topography right now. So Queen Street West in Toronto.
I rode from Leslieville, Queen Street East, to west, Queen Street West.
That was a long Queen journey.
And then back and up around. And yeah, I go for 2 or 3 hours, generally speaking, but I don't go fast. I'm just, like touring.
You're touring? I
used to go fast, but
did you get stuck in the snow and the sleet that came down?
As soon as I left, I started getting pounded by it about 10 minutes into my ride, and I considered turning back, but I persevered.
It's typical April, eh? Like it's typical spring. Like we're not quite out of the woodwork in terms of the nasty weather, but like as I said, the last couple of days it's been a combination of sunshine, rain, and snow all at the same time.
This time last year, I think we were buried. I think we had quite a lot of snow on the ground this time last year.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. And what's interesting, because of what COVID has created in the world, there's been a lot of dialogues around, they've been talking about the positive environmental ramifications. People have seen images of dolphins returning to the canals in Venice. The Himalayas have been seen for the first time in like 60 years in India because of the diminishing of the air pollution. So it's interesting to see if Mother Nature is going to be able to take a bit more of a breath and get back into a more natural rhythm because of the vermin of humanity being a little less insistent.
There's a hole in the world, like a great black pit, and it's the vermin of the world inhabit it. This just keeps coming up. Anyway,
it's like, I was like, and we are filling it with big girl love.
But I think that I think, and maybe I'm an idiot, I don't know, there's no science around this, but the air does seem cleaner to me these days.
No, it does. It absolutely does. Well, how can it not? Because there's just less traffic. I mean, I don't want to make it about traffic, but you're driving like on the Gardiner or the 401, and it's like civilized.
Yeah. And I live right by, for the last year and a half, I lived right at the junction of the Gardiner and the Parkway, and the junction of King and Queen, where the streetcars all like are running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and then people are accelerating up on the ramp onto the Parkway all day and night, and you get used to it. But now I'm on the other side of the Parkway, but not much farther away from it, and it's dead quiet. There's nothing.
It's lovely.
It's so quiet. It took some getting used to.
And are you
before the? Yeah,
I was going to say it does getting used to. Sorry, hello, Merle.
Hi, Merle.
But are you embracing the quiet? Are you as much as on the onset? It was like, I'm sure our guests will have lots to talk about relative to the pace in New York City and in the boroughs that are neighboring to it. But are you enjoying the quieter pace?
See, I take it as a challenge to find the quiet in everything. I'm looking for peace constantly. So I am you're not always with success, and I'm not always perfect at putting it out there either. I fall down, definitely. But
we're all human, right?
What?
I mean, you're superhuman, which might be a setup for our guest coming on. I think you're superhuman for what you do and Come From Away and everything else you've done your whole career.
I am,
and look how you're rocking that beard.
I'm not superhuman, but I am superhuman. Does that make any sense?
Yes, you are very human. Yes.
Yeah, I am. as it turns out.
Elmo thinks you're pretty damn good.
Oh, love you, Elmo.
Well, listen, why don't we welcome our fabulous guests on?
That sounds awesome.
So, gosh, I'm hard-pressed to figure out when I first met Nicolas Dromard. I think it was when he was back in Toronto doing a little skit called Hairspray. And I actually have this, well, I'm going to talk to him about it. I have this one particular image. I mean, I've seen him tap dance as Bert upside down on the proscenium of the stage in Mary Poppins on Broadway. But there's this one image I have indelibly marked from Hairspray, which I have to verify was in fact him. But we are joined tonight by the fabulous Nicolas Dromard and his beautiful wife, Desiree Dromard, and their lovely little girl all the way from New York City. So let's welcome to the stream, Nico and Desiree. Hi. Hi, guys.
Come on now.
What's up?
What's up? What's up?
This is a great time, since there's a young child on the screen, to point out that this is about raising money. Let's use that cute little face and get all kinds of donations for the Actors Fund.
She's leaving now. We bribed her with gummies, and now she's gone.
Well, she'll be back. She's welcome to play anytime. So, Nico and Desi, where are you two beautiful souls right now in the world? I mean, I've mentioned you're in New York, but where are you specifically in the U.S.?
This beautiful borough of Jersey City, just across the Hudson. And we are in our beautiful living room right now.
Yeah, yes. This is it.
Okay.
We need the address and the unit number, I'm afraid.
It's a house. There's no unit number. We have a house.
Oh, that's so great. I was going to say, I mean, just, for practical purposes, living in a home, like a house, like same with us. We have, are you in a house, George?
I am.
Not a dog house, a house.
No.
I don't know why I said. I was trying to make a joke. It wasn't funny. And moving on. So it's lovely, especially with a little one, right? As a matter of fact, I'm so grateful that you have a house, Desi and Nico, because the other day on YouTube, you graced us with a superhero workout video in your backyard with full-on weights and like head warmers and like headbands and leg warmers and like lifts. I was living my best life.
Yep, that's what we do in our spare time. We have a lot of it right now.
Or we don't have a lot of spare time. It's when she naps. We have like 2 hours. And we're like, let's work out and dance.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Well, how old is your beautiful little daughter there?
Almost 23 months.
Okay. Yes, she's just shy of 2 years. And you've already also publicized on Facebook, got her in tap shoes.
Yep.
Oh, that was the best.
That was the best day.
She knew what to do right away. He had his tap shoes on. So we were telling her, heel, and she was digging her heel. She already learned.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
It's great.
Well, Nicolas, I know you're. Let's get a little backstory, because I want to sort of. So, Nico, you are originally from Ottawa, correct?
That's right.
Yeah. So, give us. This is like I do this every time. I'm like, let's start at the very beginning. A very good place to start. So,
what part of Ottawa?
Close to the Saint Laurent Shopping Center, actually.
Great place to hang out. No, you were too busy dancing in high school to hang out, to be a mall rat, as they call it.
Yeah, no. Well, I started dancing when I was 6 years old in Ottawa, and then I did community theater in my hometown. And then when I was 18, I went to New York to go to a dance competition final. And at these finals, they had auditions for the Radio City Rockettes and Florida Disney. And I auditioned for them because I was there. And I got hired to perform with the Radio City Rockettes in Branson, Missouri. That was my first professional job.
At how old?
I just turned 18.
Wow. So you grew up in the competitive circuit? Were you in a competitive studio?
Yeah, Gretley New Dance Studio in Ottawa.
Yay!
How did you? Are you from a dance family, or did you sort of
like? I was like, yeah, I was like 6. That's a good question, George. I was like, if you started at 6, who had the inspiration to put you into dance at 6 years of age?
Great story about your dad or.
My mom, yes. Well, my mom's going to kill me if I don't say that. She danced when she was younger in Paris and France. She took a ballet classes for a few years, but...
Wait a minute, voyons, ta mère est de la France?
France, yes.
Avec des lèvres comme ça?
Des lèvres comme ça. Oui, le petit frère.
I'm sorry, my friends, it would be all the bad French jokes.
So yeah, both my parents are from France. My dad is from Valenciennes, north, and my mom's from Paris. They came to Canada in 76 or 77 to translate for the government. And
wow.
born in Ottawa a few years later. And anyway,
you are first generation Canadian.
I am.
Yeah.
Yes, I
Living
am.
in America.
And now I'm a citizen of the United
Now
States.
you're a citizen of the US as well, yeah.
Are you a triple citizen?
I'm actually a spy, so I shouldn't say it, but yes,
Oh,
I'm
wow.
quite. I have citizenships all over the world.
Well,
Well, we should count Jersey too. We should count Jersey as well as.
thank you. Quadrilingual. Well, I was going to say, Desi, we want to learn about your past too, but you had mentioned, I said, you're such a stunning woman, and I was curious about your ethnic background and your family, and you had mentioned that your father was Persian. He was from.
He's from Iran, so he moved to California when he was like 18, and then worked really hard, learned English while he was there, and his brother came with him, and then he went to like USC for graduate. Oh, he's just really smart.
Like
He's really
biolab
chemical
engineering,
engineering, I think. Yeah, but
He went to school for that.
yeah, he does real estate.
He sells real estate.
But
Wow.
amazing. Yeah, just the journey that our parents go through, and I think Zelia talks about us like that.
Yeah.
You grew up in California, then?
Yeah. And in Southern California, so Orange County, Mission Viejo area, which is beautiful. The weather's amazing.
So is your mother an American?
Yeah, my mom is. She's a German Jew from the Valley. She was a Valley girl in like LA.
You don't hear German Jew in the Valley in the same sentence usually.
They moved from New York. Like they lived on Long Island and the Bronx, and they moved before she was born. So it's New York, and then so they all came to New York from.
Wow. So
Yeah.
how many children are your family, Desi?
I have a brother and a sister.
And are any of your siblings also in the showbiz, in the biz?
He also went to school for musical theater. He's so talented. He's actually 6'4", so I'm only 5'3". Like he's literally, we don't know how.
He's a Tommy Tune drink of water.
all men. Yeah, we look like basically the same, just taller.
It's like
Wow.
you and
Yeah.
him.
My parents are average height, but he was an actor in LA for a while and had his own band and really talented musician. And now he's doing other stuff because he has a family and
Yeah, diversified is good.
The band was called the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yes.
For anyone who's wondering. That you know what? If that was true, I would. Wouldn't that be hilarious? If that was true?
And is
I don't know.
I don't know. I can't even think of it.
Well, no, the reason I was inquiring, did your father, just out of curiosity, I potentially know, but did your dad speak Persian at all when you were a child?
Oh, I mean, he was wanting to just speak English, which
Of
sucked.
course.
He spoke it with my grandmother and like
His
all
sisters?
my aunts and uncles, but he didn't teach us.
Well, living in America, he needed to be part of the culture.
We understand that. I just wish I knew when I was a kid to be like,
Yeah. Well, I know that Nico's speaking French with your daughter, and obviously is passing on the language of le tap, le claquette. But I was wondering if Persian was going to come into play.
yeah.
Well, who knows? Maybe you guys could learn Persian together.
Yes, I
I
actually
have to
speak as
learn
much
French
Persian as her.
first.
But yes, please learn French first.
I mean, if she's going to speak French, I have to be able to understand.
Yeah.
her.
Well,
Or else behind her back.
but you went to school in the States, so I'm sure you took Spanish, right, Desi?
Yeah. Well, that kind of works for. I mean,
Yeah, all those Latin-based languages.
yes.
The French, the Spanish, the Italiano. I mean, you look like you could. I mean, for casting, you could pass as Latina. You could be Italiano. You have that. Go
You're
ahead.
getting into casting again.
I know. I don't know why. With an Elmo shirt, it's really this. Step aside, Duncan Stewart. I'm coming for you, boo. But
It's really easy to be a de facto casting director when there's nothing to cast.
this is true. This is true. I cast you as my co-host.
You have cast this entire series.
It's actually it's whoever says yes. As a matter of fact, if we want to be truth o'clock here.
I think we need more extreme close-ups on this.
Being like,
So, Nico, let me get back to you. So you auditioned. So, of course, forgive my ignorance. When you think the Rockettes, you think those like 6'4" girls. Speaking of your brother, kicking their faces. Like as a big girl would. But anyway, but so what did you watch that hip, girl? You just got it replaced.
I can do it with my arm.
Nice. So you got the gig, and how long did you work with the Rockettes at 18 years of age?
Seasonal. It was just the Christmas show in Branson. So from October 98 until December 98, just 2 months, and then I went back to.
Were you still in school?
No, I had graduated from high school, and I was planning to go to University of Ottawa with music. I play the flute, and so I was planning to go, and then I got a job to do that.
Wait, you were going to go to U of O for performance flute to do a Bachelor of Music?
Because I love playing the classical music, being an orchestra, and I graduated with a scholarship from my high school for furthering my education in the arts.
So you were potentially on an orchestral flute trajectory.
Or jazz.
This is not what I wanted. I didn't know this.
Like Ron Burgundy. There we go.
And Desi, did you? What was your backstory on the training? Did you go to an arts high school in the States?
My mom is a dance teacher. She was a professional dancer, on TV and toured the world. It was called the Dancing Machine, and she opened in Vegas.
Yes, the Dancing Machine. That reminds me, I was talking about the 20-minute workout last night. The Dancing Machine.
That's it. So I and then she has her own studio now in Southern California. It's great. It's a hard time right now. They're doing all
course.
This. But I learned to dance from her. And
so did you get pulled into teaching as a young person too? Did you teach for your mom? Yeah.
Totally. I remember teaching when I was 14 or just
You cultivated your motherly skills earlier than anticipated.
Great. It's so great to have that. I never don't ever feel uncomfortable teaching because it's in me. Yeah. Well,
Nico, I saw you. So this is this memory I had, unless I'm making it up. So when you did Hairspray in Toronto, did you have a moment where you were pushing one of the like a what's it called, like an ice cream truck or like a
cart,
and you did a big kick as you exited the stage?
Yeah.
Oh no!
Right, you were pushing the cart, and just before you left, you did this big flick of your legs, and off you went.
Yeah.
I have no idea why I remember that, and I think you had a white outfit. I just remember
an apron with the hat.
Yeah, you totally did that, right? Why that is one of the most memorable moments for me from Hairspray is not. I don't know. Anyway.
Ever since that date, Nick, you might not know this, but ever since that date, the ushers who sell Haagen-Dazs in the theater also do those kicks as they exit. with every sale, as a matter of fact.
People to do the kick. Yeah. Unless I get a message from Darren Voros or Adam Bolton going, "No, that was me." Don't think
right, no kidding.
I remember you dancing. That show was crazy. It was.
Yeah. No, I believe it was you. No, it was definitely you. Yes.
It was 2004.
Hey, Desi, I might have had a crush on your husband.
Excuse me. Some people have just stolen some things from my front porch. I'll be right back.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
That sucks.
Stolen something?
He did.
Oh no.
We're just going out to take people out. Well, that's okay. This is live. This is what makes television interesting.
Yeah, I hope he gets it, and it's fine.
Yeah.
He's got a new hip, so he's going to go after those.
He doesn't care.
I wouldn't want to get in a fight with George.
I was like, absolutely. I'm grateful. I'd like to say, I think Jennifer was the lovely person who said hello to me. Thank you, Jennifer. And she just donated our first donation tonight, $25. Thank you very much, Jennifer Miller, for your generosity to the Actors Fund of Canada. So, Nico, how did you get to the United States? What was because this is going to lead into how you, what was your first gig that took you down to the US?
Well, Branson was the Rockettes were in Branson, but then I came back, and funny story, the day I flew back from Branson, I swung by Toronto to go to crash the callbacks of West Side Story at Stratford.
Oh, and is that where this man who's chasing vigilantes off his porch and you first met?
Yes, in Stratford. That's right.
Okay, like you can't see this, but backstage he's literally. Oh, I think he's. Oh dear, I can see viewers. This is when I'm on this thing. I can see this backstage. He's standing there looking very valiant, and he's mad about. No, well, we'll see. We'll get back. I don't know what they stole, but he's trekking through the world. Anyway, so you crashed Stratford.
That's right. I crashed the Stratford audition, the West Side Story. Sergio Trujillo was there, and somehow he came out of the room, and I said, I just came in. I was away. Can I crash these callbacks? And he was like, okay. And then I danced, and I got it. So I did the West Side Story in Stratford '99, and then I got Mama in Toronto.
Wow. Let's bring George back in.
Great.
Pause that for a brief second. I want to know, George, what happened?
Well, I caught them.
Who were they? How old were they?
There were three of them. One was older, an older woman, and then sort of a middle-aged woman, and then a man. And they kept going. Like, it didn't take them down. I got the parcel, and every one of my neighbors on the street came out and started yelling at them. And they kept going. But sorry to hijack the show, but
no, it's live. It's live. You're locked out of your house now?
Yeah, I'm locked out.
So are you in?
Send donations to the Actors Fund.
Really?
Help me.
Where-
I locked myself out of my house for you.
Are you okay to stay with us?
Yeah, sure. I'll just get Logan to come up and get me in.
Okay.
I'll send him a text.
Okay.
I'm
yeah,
here.
Okay.
No, he's not.
So that's hysterical. I love live theater / live television.
Live theater. There's nothing like.
Forgive me. So that production, I've lost the track. Was that the? I can't remember. Was that the? That was the. Okay. Wow. 3 attempts at the same question and none of them came out. Was that the West Side Story with Shalina and Paul Nolan, or was it Ma'an and Tylee?
That was Ma'an and Tylee Ross.
Okay,
Yep.
it was the first one.
The very first.
Give
1990.
me a thumbs up if you want to come back.
Oh, great.
Okay.
10 years later was then the West Side with Shalina and Paul Nolan.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was Ma'an's. Okay, because that's amazing.
Yeah.
So we
You
were
know, I always thought that I just sort of, Nick, always assumed before that you were one of the Waterloo dancer guys because that's when I first became aware of you, was that when that whole group of great young male dancers came on board.
funny you should bring that up because that's my hometown. So you're talking about the likes of
Locked from out here.
like the McFadden family.
I went to chase a porch pirate down the street, but
A porch pirate.
Really? How do you know that?
because I watched them take an Amazon.
He's coming back. So so the McFaddens,
Yes.
both from Waterloo, and who else? Oh goodness! Oh bloody Jordan Cable.
Jordan Cable, yeah.
They were all babies. Anyway, they all went to a studio together with me called Bojangles.
That's right. Of course, Bojangles.
Mr. Bojangles. So anyway, you're at George wants to be back.
Who's the owner of
That's it. No more troubles.
No, it's fine. I got stuck on Porch Pirate. That was my favorite quote of tonight. So you, Nico, and George met when you did that West Side Story?
I don't know if we've met them, but that's when I was first aware of Nick and how and all that young, like that great crew of dancers that really was the backbone of Stratford for the next several years. Some of them still are.
Yeah. So you did that. Oh, go ahead.
Year after, right? You did Fiddler on the Roof in 2000?
What?
Did you do Fiddler on the Roof at Stratford?
Oh yeah, I did. I thought you said you did, and I was like, no, that's not true.
I was supposed to, and then I got Mamma Mia in Toronto, so I had to drop out of Fiddler and do Mamma Mia. But you did Fiddler the year after. What
Correct,
show
yeah.
was in 99? Were you there in 99?
I wasn't there in '99. I just came down to see West Side.
That's right. No, that's what I meant.
Desi,
Yeah.
not only did I remember him flinging his feet, like the Haagen-Dazs people but I remember him making a beautiful cameo appearance with his flippers in Mamma Mia. All the special things, that involved his feet, and then tap dancing on the proc during during doing Bird in Mary Poppins. So how did you two meet? That's what I want to know. And then we got to sing. How did you two meet?
While she answers that
Well,
question.
we did the show White Christmas. Have you ever heard of it? I'm just kidding.
Did you do it up here?
No, we did it in Denver, Colorado, and
Okay.
really, really wonderful. I was in ensemble. Patty Colombo was the choreographer, and she's an amazing choreographer that every dancer would want to work with. And I did like 10 shows with her, so she just kind of was like, "Do you want to do this?" I was like, "Okay," and that doesn't happen often. That was great. Nick was the lead in it, the Danny Kaye role. What's his name? Nick
Davis.
Oh, Phil Davis, yeah. So he was in that. We didn't know each other, but we started rehearsals. And I, just met him and said hi. And there was one day where we walked to rehearsal. It was like a 12-minute walk, and we were just talking. I'm like, "Oh, he's so sweet, so adorable, obviously." And he said, "Another girlfriend?" So, of course. I was single at the time. But we remained friends throughout the run. He was fun. He's a good guy. Friends when we left, just texting sometimes. But
yeah.
Anyway.
And then 6 months later, I was single, and she found out I was single through one of her best friend, who became her maid of honor, who was working with my ex-girlfriend, who heard my ex-girlfriend complaining about me.
As you do.
He's single.
And I was like, "Whoa,
Nick, how are you doing?"
Oh, that's amazing. That's an amazing story.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So, yeah.
So were you, at that point, Nico, did you have a green card? Were you based in the States and pursuing?
Yes, I got my green card in 2008. And so, yes, 2 years after doing Mary Poppins on Broadway, things kept bringing me back to New York. I was only planning to be here for a few years, do some shows, then go back to Canada.
The Broadway called. You got to answer the right way when the Broadway calls.
No, I came when I did Hairspray in Toronto was after I had done 2 shows in New York. And so I came back to do Hairspray, and I was like, no. I bought a place at the time with my girlfriend Kelly Fletcher, and then things happened, and we kept the condo, and we split up, and we're still great friends to this day. Which is one thing I love. All the Canadian girls know how to remain friends with their exes. That's
Americans.
That's why.
Talk to my ex-husband. It's fine.
I'm not sure that's a universal truth.
Yeah, you just good luck.
Yeah, no, I've had. But anyways, so point being that I was planning to come back to Canada, and then things kept pulling me back to New York, and Mary Poppins and the tour of Wicked. So I was like, okay, I'll get my green card and see where this goes. And then after my green card, I was eligible for my citizenship, so I took that after we got married, actually. So yeah,
amazing. Well, one of the many adventures you have also included the Jersey Boys, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Isn't it a great segue lead up here? And funny, you are our second Canadian Jersey Boy this week.
Yeah, Madden, right?
Yeah, Mr. Jeff Madden. I was duking it out with him for who's going to sing the Frankie Valli songs.
Did he sing the song?
No, he didn't.
Okay.
He did, however, serenade me with a medley of Big Girl YouTube Live. He's like, "Hey girl, YouTube Live." It was.
Were you a Frankie, Nick?
So clever.
Did you play Frankie, Nick?
Were you a Frankie?
No. I was Tommy DeVito.
Tommy DeVito.
He just wants to sing.
That's the thing. Every time I heard this song, I was like, in my dressing room, I was like, this is such a great song. Yeah. But I never sang it.
Oh, they don't know.
So now you're going to sing it.
Now I'm going to sing the song that I never sang.
Okay, Ray, sing the song that you never sang. Hi, Jesse. That was lovely, Jesse. Good cameraography there.
Thank you.
Let's
these schools out of hell, Nick. Give him hell.
There's a break in here.
So ready?
Move. Yeah. I think you just got to press play. Here we
go. For it, too.
You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. You'd be like heaven to touch. I wanna hold you so much. At long last, love has arrived, and I thank God I'm alive. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. Pardon the way that I stare. There's nothing else to compare. The sight of you leaves me weak. There are no words left to speak. But if you feel how I feel, please let me know that it's real. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off you. I love you, baby, and if it's quite alright, I need you, baby. Through all the lonely nights, I love you, baby. Trust in me when I say, oh, pretty baby, don't bring me down, I pray. Oh, pretty baby, now that I found you, stay and let me love you, baby. Let me love you. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. You'd be like heaven to touch. I wanna hold you so much. At long last, love has arrived, and I thank God I'm alive. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. I love you, baby, and if it's quite alright, I need you, baby. To warm the lonely nights, I love you, baby. Trust in me when I say, oh, pretty baby, don't bring me down, I pray. Oh, pretty baby, now that I found you, stay and let me love you, baby. Let me love you. You're just too good to be true.
Yes. Sergio would be very proud, another Canadian, of you with that gorgeous little step tatchy tappity tap tap. So good.
Thank you. Thank you.
So when you, yes, I know you're breaking the sweat. I do it all the time. I call it manopause, or apparently Ryan told me there's another name for it, but I just, it's just my big girl glow.
I believe it's andropause.
So,
Is it not andropause?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah, yeah. I didn't know this word existed, but I've been edumacated.
What is it? Anthropause?
Andropause.
Andropause, yeah.
Okay.
So, Desi, as you had said, you had gone to musical theater school like your brother. Where did you study in California?
I went to AMDA, the American.
You went to AMDA in New York?
Yeah.
Yeah?
So it's a 2-year program, and I had so many great teachers that are working in the business. And I got to be in New York and learn how to be there. So that was the best part of it.
And did I read that you later became a teacher there as well?
Yeah, I ended up teaching dance for a couple years, but I, leaving a lot to do shows, so that's hard to always come back there was a great time when I was there. So.
And Nico, we were talking. We were doing a little talking about how everyone has their journey. Am I correct that even though you were going to go to U of Ottawa for flute, you sort of began the industry and started working, and then just stayed on that trajectory?
Yeah, I was planning to go back as soon as I was done, but then
you just kept getting hired.
Yeah, it just kind of snowballed, and that was 22 years ago.
Daughter.
Oh, good.
Do you play? Do you still play? Do you practice?
Yes, he does a little bit. It's true.
All right.
So you're, as a Canadian boy, how you've spent most of your professional career in the United States now.
Yeah.
So how do you feel culturally? I'm not going to say you're an expat. I mean, you're probably Canadian. You've still got your cute little French accent from time to time.
Absolutely.
But I mean, how have you found growing up growing into your adulthood and family living in the States, coming from Ottawa?
I mean, I'm such a proud Canadian, and I love being Canadian. So it's every time I have the chance to say I'm like, yeah, I'm Canadian. I love living in the States. I love working here too. So it's nice to be able to be proud of being both.
Mm-hmm.
But I had to go where the work was, and there's a lot of states, and kept being hired here, which is I'm so thankful for it. But if there's ever a chance for us to go back to Canada to work, I would take it in a second. I'd love to go back to Stratford. Love to work in Toronto again. There's some great stuff and such great talent and great theater being created in Toronto and in Canada.
Well, if my goal succeeds, down the pipe and getting Toronto musical concerts where it is, we could have to bring you back for a couple weeks to do both of you to do a concert.
Hot tip though. Hot tip, Nick. Wait a few months.
Yeah.
No,
I'm coming back tomorrow. We're putting on a show in a week.
Hot tip.
Wait a few months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how many between the two of you? So before you had this beautiful shot, well, how long have you guys are legally married? You're married, yeah.
Yeah. 2.5, 3.5.
What?
3.5, almost 4 years.
4 years in August. What the heck?
Thank you, Desi. I know he's a straight male. I'm sorry. I'm saying it online. I am. Oh, Nico. Wait. 4 years in August.
He has till August to realize it.
That's the anniversary.
So, in terms of, we obviously we've all four of us on the screens right now had, journeys where we've been on tours, and we've been. So, did you? I know Nicholas was on various tours. Desi, in your career, did you have some extensive times where you were on the road?
I actually wasn't lucky enough to be on a long tour. The only time that I was going to be on one was when I injured myself. I was doing the national tour of Peter Pan with Kathy Rigby.
Oh, wow.
Regularly. So I had 2 weeks of rehearsals, and then
you didn't play any role.
yeah, exactly. 2 weeks in, like when I was rehearsing, like with Kathy, like we were doing the big dance number, I tore my ACL, and so
and how old was Kathy then?
it was such a great show. I've done it twice since with the same
production
with Jen Kalila as Peter. So
wow,
that was like, I mean, she's amazing.
With Jen Kalila as Peter, wow.
Not as good a skater though.
Huh?
Wait a minute. Was Kathy Rigby a gymnast or a skater?
Gymnast.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah.
Not as good a gymnast.
Yeah. She was great. She was so like, it was wonderful. I just couldn't do that. I've done a lot of regional work, and I've done Broadway once, and that's
But the reason we brought that up is because, we were a lot of, people that have been on the show, I can speak for myself at 47 in July, 46 right now, 47 in July, still high kicking though. Priorities change, life changes. I actually was an adoptive parent. I became a parent when I was 33, and my daughter, I adopted her at age 11. So I fast tracked. I went right to teenage girl, which is where all this came from.
so hard.
In one fell swoop. But the point was that, it's just, when you reach a certain age, I think this is kind of why I'm sort of turning towards more educating and self-producing, because it's about creating an environment that's conducive. And here you are with your gorgeous house and your little daughter, your beautiful little tap dancing prodigy. Life changes, right? I mean, it's not that we're not still gigging, but we have different priorities.
Absolutely. And we still take up regional work right now because we can travel. She's not at school. But in 2 years from now, when she goes to school, or when
during the school year, we could always take a fun gig. But
and we'll have to reassess and not be able to do the leading role in Florida for 2 months, or go to California.
Or we can, but it'll be hard if it's
then we'll be
separate.
separate.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You've not created a piece for yourselves, have you not?
Yeah, we have actually. Yeah, we have a 2-person show called Superheroes in Love that we created actually in the summer of 2016 or 2015.
Yeah.
And we are doing cabarets and doing in some great venues. And actually, we are going to be doing it live from our living room next Saturday, Saturday the 25th. So,
okay, cool.
As much as we can do.
We can't dance so much because we usually do a big dance number where we.
It's too bad if you had more light, you could do it in the backyard. Because you've got the room there.
We're like, hold on, let's go downstairs.
Yeah. Got to set up the Wi-Fi.
Oh, you saw George. George took us on like a porch chase. Like you can.
How much did you see? How long were you with me?
Well, no. I took you out, but I could see everything because I have the power. And I was like, I was narrating what you were doing to everyone. I was like, ooh, I'm not sure what's happening. There was one point where you were looking like really all chivalric. It was very exciting. good strong chin line with your beautiful. You want to share with Desi and Nico your beautiful pink kerchief from Newfoundland that you got yesterday?
No, this isn't from Newfoundland. The ones from Newfoundland are downstairs. They're being washed and dried. But this is, I just started using a pink bandana as a face mask several days ago. And Denise,
nice.
my partner, insisted that I never be seen without it again.
Hi, Will. Nice to see you too.
Oh, thanks, Will.
So Desiree, you're going to share. This is the joy of having a showbiz family. We've got two. We got two for the price of one tonight. Are you going to share a beautiful bit of music with us tonight too?
Yeah.
You want to sing yours? And then we'll do a duet after. Let's do it.
Sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's do that. Let's do the magic.
And while this is happening, is a great time for people to get their donations in. Speaking of two for the price of one.
It's true. AFChelps.ca. If you're watching and you can support us. So Desiree, what are you going to share with us, you beautiful soul?
I am going to sing "The World Goes Round." I think it's a song. The lyrics are amazing, especially for what we're going through right now, and just take it a day at a time, right?
You bet. Thank you, Desi. Enjoy, and we certainly will. Have a lovely sing.
Thanks. Sometimes you're happy and sometimes you're sad, but the world goes round. Sometimes you lose every nickel you had, but the world goes round. Sometimes your dreams get broken in pieces, but that doesn't alter a thing. Take it from me, there's still gonna be a summer, a winter, a fall and a spring. And sometimes a friend starts treating you bad, but the world goes around. And sometimes your heart breaks with a deafening sound. Somebody loses and somebody wins, and one day it's kicks, then it's kicks in the shins. But the planet spins and the world goes round and round. Sometimes your dreams get broken in pieces, but that doesn't matter at all. Take it from me, there's still gonna be a summer, a winter, a spring, and a fall. And sometimes a friend starts treating you bad, but the world goes around. And sometimes your heart breaks with a deafening sound. Somebody loses and somebody wins, and one day it's kicks, then it's kicks in the shins. But the planet spins and the world goes around and round and round and round and round. Yes, the world goes around and round and round and round.
Bravo! Oh, Desiree, you had me at your intoxicating smile, but now you just like dropped the mic and left it on the floor with that glorious thank you.
Amazing.
Oh, you're such a delight. I can't wait to cuddle you in person.
Who would you say was your?
Thank you, Nico.
who would you say, Desi, is like a singer that you admired and emulated coming up?
Can you guess?
What's that?
Can you guess?
Well, I was thinking like Carolee Carmelo's and Marin Maisie's and people like that, but maybe even like earlier. But I don't know.
I mean, I've always loved Liza Minnelli.
Oh, hey.
I mean, yeah.
And you've performed Sally Bowles?
Yes, I did last year at this time, and it was like, we got to do it together. That is at MTC in Connecticut. It doesn't happen a lot, but that was a really perfect thing for us to be together.
Cool.
That's great.
That's magical.
Gorgeous.
So not to speak, not to go on a sort of a downward spiral, but to sort of be present to the reality. You guys are living probably in the biggest epicenter of COVID affected US right now. And I'm sure you know lots of people in your community that have been affected by the virus. How have you been doing in your social isolating and connecting with your community, and how you've been feeling throughout all this?
I mean, with Facebook and all this, you see so much. But we weren't in a current show running. Oh, that's
Bravo à tous les deux. Merci Jean-Jacques. Tous les deux, excuse, j'ai utilisé le S, pardon.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, we've had a lot of friends, test positive in shows, and it's scary. Everyone's been okay, but there's some scary things out there. And the good thing is people are speaking out and talking about it because they're young and healthy and Broadway performers. They're getting sick, and that's why people need to stay home and listen and not be silly about it.
That's right.
Yeah. No, it is a very real thing.
Yeah.
So aside, has it been, with that beautiful little pumpkin there with you, has it been challenging to be stuck at home, or has it been actually more advantageous to have that wee one with you?
The homeschooling is probably the hardest. The homeschooling is probably the hardest part.
She's not even 2.
We're very lucky. We have,
so little.
First of all, like you said, we have a house. We have a beautiful house with a rooftop deck and a backyard, and we can walk outside because it's not very crowded here.
And a barbecue, I hope.
Sorry?
Yeah.
And a barbecue.
Oh yeah.
You are Canadian.
Barbecue. But we're very lucky that we have this space. A lot of our friends are like in studio apartments, and they have to walk outside, take an elevator with 20 people. Like it's
yeah, of course.
And our daughter is not of an age where she really knows what's going on. We had a play date, or we have friends who have a 6, 7, 8, 9-year-old, and they miss their friends. They talk about how they want to go out and do this. And our daughter, we watch some very educational television. We play games with her. We build blocks. We build an obstacle course to get her energy out. We run around the table.
But it's nice that we're both here at the same time. He's not doing Jersey Boys at night, so he gets to be around for her bedtime, and that's the most special thing about right now. I mean,
there are many gifts.
Forgive me, is that the gig you were in Jersey Boys actively?
When you were
I was in New York doing I was doing Jersey Boys off Broadway. I opened the show. I was in it for a year and a half, and I filled in. Most recently, I filled in for a couple months, and I just came back from Florida, where I was doing Billy Flynn in Chicago. So
okay.
So I haven't doing night shows.
Busy,
I leave before she goes to bed, and I come home when she's asleep. So
well, I have to say, Desi, not only do you, you are your own version of Linda Carter, and I say that because this big girl was obsessed with Wonder Woman, kind of still. So the first time I saw you in that Wonder Woman outfit for that superhero show, I was like, it's a thing. It's a thing for me. But you are a superstar mom, and let's call, as my dad would say, let's call a spade a shovel. Raising a child is tough at the best of times, but raising a child in a showbiz context and balancing, work with connection as a couple. And I mean, I mad love and respect to both of you for being so, focused on one another and loving each other and raising your child as best you can. That's a very special thing. So we celebrate that from over here. And we, we're aware that, I think Canada's doing a fairly fairly good job. You know, I'm pretty proud of how things are being handled, you know, for the most part in terms of COVID. But I mean, obviously the population base in the United States and in New York in particular, it's you know, it's not surprising that the challenges have been there. So we're just holding your city and all of your friends and your community in our heart spaces and hoping that we can flatten the curve sooner than later, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Slowly.
It's happening. It's flattening.
Yeah.
It's flattening here. Sadly,
Yeah.
there's new hotspots in in the states that are popping up, but hopefully we'll flatten this and go back to
Yeah,
normalcy
in real life.
one day.
But as we said, you know, and a lot of we're seeing spikes in numbers because fortunately they're doing more testing.
That's what it is.
And that is actually very positive because it's pardon the double entendre there. It's a good thing because it's, you know, it's making people aware of who might be asymptomatic and the like. But anyway, we're thrilled that you could be with us. I'm just gonna do a quick little shout out. So tomorrow, as we continue our 4th week, we've got another Canadian on Broadway. She is appearing in that same show that you're doing right now, George. We have the fabulous Astrid Van Weeren joining us. Yeah, Astrid, of course, started in Come From Away in the original company here in Toronto and then went off to the Broadway. So we're really excited to have her join us. I think, is Astrid back in Canada right now? Or is she in New York?
She's here. She's in town, I think.
Canada? She's in Toronto? Cool. And as you are following us on the social media, or if you're shouting us out, don't, I do this. I have 2 things. I always say, we're live. And my favorite thing is hashtag Big Girl and Friends, because no one else does that. And I'm going to stop it after a couple weeks.
Have you seen this one that the kids are doing?
What's this?
It's a little heart.
A little? Oh, nice.
I like it. I like that.
Oh, that's lovely. That's cool. Well, would you 2 beauties sing us out with something together?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, and if I may, I would like to thank again our wonderful, wonderful team of MDs. I believe 2 of the tracks, The World Goes Round, and this song you're about to sing, were prepared by the gorgeous, the talented Jonathan Monroe. And you should, I don't know, Nico, you should hear Jonathan sing. If you find him on Facebook, he's the stunning tenor, and he's been studying. I mean, he's a musical theater performer. He used to be a prodigious. He played at, like, I think at Carnegie Hall as a virtuoso pianist when he was a kid. And he's also now he's been studying opera. And anyway, so thank you, Jonathan, for these beautiful tracks. And what are you going to sing for us?
I'm going to sing a duet. This is actually the song that she walked down the aisle to.
Oh.
Are you going to make, do I need tissues?
Yes.
Maybe.
Here, George.
Paper tissues.
So don't tell us. Just sing it, and we'll just embrace it and love it, and then we'll come back and wrap her up. And thank you so much, guys.
Yeah.
No! Amazing!
Yes.
Quand elle me prend dans ses bras, elle me parle tout bas. Je vois la vie en rose. Elle me dit des mots d'amour, des mots de tous les jours, et ça me fait quelque chose. Elle est entrée dans mon cœur, une partie de bonheur dont je connais la cause. C'est toi pour moi, moi pour toi dans la vie. Tu me l'as dit, l'as juré pour la vie. Dès que je l'aperçois,
And life will always be
la vie en rose.
hold me close and hold me fast. The magic spell you cast. This is la vie en rose.
Des mots de tous les jours.
When you kiss me, heaven sighs.
La vie
I
en
close my
rose.
eyes. I see la vie en rose.
If only you would give your heart and soul to me, and life will always be La vie en rose. Et elle est entrée dans mon cœur, une part de bonheur dont je connais la cause. C'est toi pour moi pour toi dans la vie. Tu me l'as dit, assuré pour la vie. Give your heart and soul to me, and life will always be la vie en rose.
Incroyable.
Bravo, bravo.
We don't have a babysitter.
The babysitter let her go. My babysitter, the iPad.
I was literally the whole time you guys were busy. I was like bringing all this out.
Yeah.
That's quality viewing.
Oh, we are so delighted that you could join us. Thank you, George. You wanted
Flutes. As soon as I play the flute, she goes, "What?" Like earlier when I was.
is that a pickle or is that just the mouthpiece?
This is the mouth. I took the mouthpiece out.
Nick, as soon as you play the flute, we all go like that. We all do that when you play the flute.
There we go.
Nicholas, you have a beautiful tone to that instrument. You play beautifully. Oh,
Could have got pro.
George, did you want to share something before we sign off with our gorgeous guests?
Oh, I just want to selfishly plug something. Can I?
Plug away, girl.
Well, sorry guys to hijack you again, but thievery. There's been all kinds of stuff. The last 2 years come from we do a huge fundraiser for Daffodil Place in St. John's, which is a cancer care center, and we can't do it live this year, obviously, so we're doing it virtually, like everyone is, and it's going to be sometime later next week. So everyone, look out! There's going to be some great content coming from Come From Away folks, and so on and so forth. Anyway, enough about that.
My favorite rubbish.
Back to the beautiful couple.
Well, like I said, part of the joy of this, it's so unique. And I was saying to George, I was saying to Nicholas and Desiree at the beginning, like I never had any sort of, wishes to do a streaming thing. I was inspired by Seth, but it's been such a joy for me every night just to connect, because it's so fun to come into people's homes, and that's, I mean, obviously this is the necessity of it, but it also is lovely because there are families and dogs and real life as we're all together as a community sharing our art and sharing our lives. And I'm just very grateful that you brought us into your home tonight. Thank you for that. And I mean that. And Desiree, I sincerely look forward to spending time with you face to face. It's been such a treat. Thank you for sharing your beautiful stories and your voice, and obviously your love for the fella there that we adore. And stay safe and give that little girl a cuddle. George, thank you for joining me again.
Thank you. It's so great to get to spend a bit of time with you guys.
Yeah. So you guys stay put. I'm going to wrap us up, and then we'll have a quick little chat. Thank you to everyone. We'll see you tomorrow with Astrid Van Weeren.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in, and keep donating to the AFC. And good night.
Good night.
Let me get this. I have to be all technical. And boom.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now we're just on our own. Oh,